All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. While the story references locations in Montreal, no identification with actual persons, living or deceased, places, buildings, and products is intended or should be inferred. Thank you for listening. This episode contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the podcast, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Montreal by Night for our third episode. I am super excited to be here. As always, we have our illustrious and powerful players here with us. We have Ethan Jonah.
Howdy.
We've got Brenten Edwards.
Hey, guys.
And we have the one and the only Takeshi Fukushima.
Ah, crap, I'm still here.
We are holding Takeshi ball and chain in the basement. The only thing we give him are cheese and crackers and the microphone. One day he might be able to upgrade and get himself into a full charcuterie board.
And you know what? Still better than job hunting.
I'm doing my best to upgrade your eating situations, Takeshi. I'm sending you one of Australia's delicacies, Vegemite, which you should be eating by the spoon.
Brenten, I'm pretty sure, isn't Vegemite considered a class 1 narcotic in Australia?
See, Takeshi, I could have sworn that I gave you lockpicks. Have you not figured out how to use those yet?
Oh, I thought those were very small crackers. I ate those.
Oh man, we might have to get you a doctor.
Also, at the top of this episode, we want to say, hey, it's Happy Pride Month. We are very thankful for all of our LGBTQ plus friends, allies, and all of the sorts, and we are wishing everyone a very happy Pride Month. Get into your apartment, put up your pride flags, get into a bunch of clothes that are ill-fitting, and have yourselves a little dance party.
Happy Pride Month, guys. With
all that being the case, let's get into a recap of what happened last week. Last week, the party, after narrowly escaping a assault by what was seemingly Second Inquisition, you guys then traveled to Talisen's place after investigating Nakano's car, which Nakano took great offense in. You guys decided to establish a alliance between the three of you to figure out what's going on before you discovered that there was a person hiding out on the roof. You discovered that this person's name was Melinda, a member of the Ravnos clan. You decided to meet at St. James United Church with the leader of their group, Nicholas Alvarez, nicknaming himself the Prince and Baron. He asked for information that he could give you to name him Baron of the Queen Elizabeth Hotel. You agreed within your certain realm of influence and power. You guys then left the scene, heading into your own directions. Nakano spoke to Ambrosia and was able to broker some sort of tenuous situation with her, and she told Nakano to stay away from the two of you, from Asher and Talisen, and to sleep in his car for the night. At which point Talisen went looking for the Baroness Kate Benoit, the leader of the Toreador clan, but was not able to find her, as the fellow Toreadors mentioned that they were not allowed to speak with anyone outside the clan for the foreseeable future. Lastly, Asher was awoken by a bump in the night, or the day, before going downstairs and seeing the downstairs of his shop burning and turning to nothing more than ash and dust. And that's where we left off. So for Asher, I would like you to please roll for premonition.
Roll for premonition, or it happens?
Roll for premonition.
4 successes.
You're standing at the top of the stairs as you see the fire engulfing the base of your shop. You see that the flame is licking up the sides of the bookshelves. You watch as it's spreading further and further around the room. And as you take a first step down, kind of in this moment of shock, you hear something in the distance. It sounds almost like a cavalry charge. Like a trumpet.
Can I look at my pocket watch?
You look at your pocket watch, and there are numbers on it, but they're beginning to melt and dissolve.
And in this premonition, the fire is still around the doorway?
Yes. You are looking down. You can see in the doorway what looks to be a burned, charred body. As the fire spreads all around the wooden base of your shop, going up the bookshelves, but also seems to continue outside.
In this premonition, am I able to step through the flames and look outside?
You don't have to step through them. As you arrive at the base of the stairs, and you can look out through your windows, and all you see is fire, an ocean of it. Walls of buildings are encapsulated in these flickering flames. You watch as it seems to go endlessly towards the sky, as there is just endless smoke. You can hear that trumpet once again play. Bum, 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 bum. And there's this flicker of darkness. As you can almost see through one corner, a brightly glowing sun with a shadowy black figure standing in the middle of the light. Bum, bum. Bum, bum.
Do I recognize the figure?
At this distance, no. At this distance, you do not recognize the figure. It's at this point that your eyes open, fully awake, in your room. It's pretty much the same conditions, at which point you were woken up within, like, it's a strange feeling where you seem to be at the exact same time of which your premonition just took place, and you have this terrible feeling about something downstairs.
Asher reaches to his bedside coffin side table and checks his pocket watch.
The time is normal. It would be at this point 8:58 a.m.
A.M.?
a.m.
All right. I take the gun that I've borrowed from Talisen, and I'm 8:55. My shop opens at 9? 10?
Yes. 8:58. It opens at 9. Or at the very least, Sebastian will be getting here at 9.
Okay. The curtains downstairs are all drawn, heavy blackout curtains. I'm going downstairs with the gun, and I will sense the unseen passively.
You activate Sense the Unseen. As you step downstairs, you have your gun at the ready. Make, please, a intelligence investigation or wits plus awareness check. You can choose.
Messy critical on the blood dice, and then one other success.
Okay. And which of these two was that roll for?
Intelligence investigation.
You immediately step downstairs, and you're looking across the room, kind of clocking things, looking for anything that's suspicious. When at the front door, you begin to hear the sounds of footsteps coming towards the main door. And it's as you're looking, you clock at the base of the door something you were somewhat familiar with. You only had basic training about this sort of thing before. In the old days, for you, you can see an IED has been set up at the base of the door. That it's a pull trigger. That the moment that someone opens the door, it's going to explode.
I raise the gun and fire it through the very bottom of the door.
Okay. Make a Dex plus firearms check.
6 successes.
6 successes. What are you aiming to accomplish?
For a bullet to come flying out through the bottom of the door and making the person jump back away from the doorknob.
Very, very easily done. There's a as the gun goes off, you hear this person behind the door just fuck as whoever it is moving away from the door.
Did it sound like Sebastian?
Mm-hmm. You hear there's a knock. What the fuck is going on in there?
Meet me at the emergency exit in the back.
All right. Sure. Are you okay?
We will see.
All right.
You guys are awfully calm for, like, the fact that the building is burning.
The building is not on fire. That was just the vision.
Oh, is
no,
it?
it was just the vision. Tyson gave me a... No, Tyson tricked me into researching the Régie de Logement for Montreal and Quebec for like 30, 40 minutes today.
I thought at the end of the last session you were saying it was on fire.
It was, but it was just a premonition.
Oh, okay, yep.
Oh, I had a game plan ready to go, but oh boy, am I grateful that I don't have to do that. So someone planted this bomb between me locking up last night and this morning.
Seems like it.
So it's based on tension. When the string is pulled out of the device, then it goes off.
Yeah. You're looking at it. I'll say make a intelligence plus crafting check.
Craft or science or technology or...
You could also do science, but you could do intelligence plus science or intelligence plus crafting. Either or.
4 successes.
You can tell that on the inside, it's not a very well-crafted bomb by any means. It's ramshackle in make, but the components are very specific. There appears to be a hair trigger that, upon opening the door, will set off a fuse that will ignite what looks to be a bottle filled with gasoline in order to burn. But also there seems to be an outer shell that holds what looks to be shrapnel pieces.
And it appears to be of military design, if not of military make.
This does not speak of military. This speaks of backyard construction.
Okay.
This looks like if someone tried to build a pipe bomb in their backyard, except gave it some bells and whistles.
Gotcha. So if with that roll, I can cut this line and it won't go off.
Essentially, as long as you're not pulling it open, if you just cut the line, then it should be fine.
Great. I'll grab scissors.
You just sink, pop it open, slice the line, and
now that that's cut, I will take out that fuse.
You pop it out. At which point, at the back door, you can hear some knocking.
Yeah, I'm going to take like a mop or a broom with a long handle, and I'll get like back against the opposite side from where the door opens, like opposite the hinges, and just like give it a push just to get it the barest crack open, because I'm worried about like sunlight coming into the store.
The door opens as you see Sebastian's head pops out. Asha, are you in here?
Yes. Allow me to move away.
Please. You step out of the room.
I'll move away. Yeah. Could I look for other traps?
Yes, please do so.
I'm going to spend willpower.
Spend a point of willpower and re-roll any of the dice in that dice pool that you rolled and didn't like.
4 of them. 4 successes.
You do not find any other detonating devices. You do find accelerants. They seem to have been positioned in different corners of the room. So once the bomb went off and hit those areas, it would trigger more accelerant to spread and begin to burn faster throughout the building.
And this was all planted after I came inside the previous evening?
The accelerants were put into spots where they're rather inconspicuous. Those you do not know. The bomb you definitely did not see walking back into the store, or else it would have triggered when you walked in.
And I can't check my wards yet because they're outside. I'll have Sebastian come in.
Sebastian steps in. What is going on? There's gunfire and I couldn't use the front door?
Yes, I realized at the last moment someone was in here last night and set up a bomb at the front door. Had you opened the front door, it would have gone off, and I couldn't get there in time to warn you, so Did I hit your feet?
No, you were a few inches off.
Fortunate.
You know, perhaps a call would be of assistance next time. Or just shouting, bomb.
I wasn't certain it was you.
Fair enough. It seems you're having a hard morning. I'm now having a hard morning. We're just going to... Okay, shit.
When was the last time you knew me to be awake at this hour?
Never. That's why it is a shitty time for you, I can assume.
That is the type of week we are having.
So, in which case, what should we do? Should we lock up? Should we put balls on the doors? Start hanging up garlic? What should we do?
Asher, like, is, like, very seriously thinking, and then he hears the garlic thing, and just, like, face palms. Oh, my friend. I am unsure. Cards on the table, Sebastian. There was a coup last night. 2 more obnoxious barons, and perhaps the Baroness, were destroyed. And it seems as though Inquisition was to blame. However, one of those Inquisition members, he would certainly surprise a dentist, if you get what I'm saying.
Really? But why would someone do that?
Perhaps the Inquisition thought that the only way to destroy my kind was to make their own little deal with the devil. Or perhaps it is another group working against us. The clan Ravnos is the current scapegoat, but they do not appear to have anything to do with it.
Well then, any leads? Anything of noble nature about who these people are?
We identified the one with the fangs.
You did?
Yes. A construction worker, I believe ex-military. I have his address written down. I was hoping some of your friends might scope the place out, the more capable ones.
Look, between you and me, I'm going to take a look at it. I don't trust anyone else, especially if it's something as severe as what you're saying.
My friend, I would prefer if you remained here during the day.
Do you want me to still open up?
No, I think not.
All right, well then I'll call in a favor. I'll also do my own digging and figure out what I can. So that way when you wake up, you should have a full broad range of knowledge.
I appreciate that. This may be a new player who attempted to take out the shop, or it could just be someone could have used the current situation to try and take me out, or perhaps it was meant for you. Perhaps there are those that dislike my choice of allies, but it could have been Ambrosia. It could have been Baron Esther, perhaps. And the leader of the ministry stepped down as well last night, but did not announce their successor. There could be many things in motion, but the only thing I see is fire.
Well, then I suppose we better get to work.
Yes, I think that we will be storing private library away. I think it will be best if we get some fireproof containers. And my associate, Nayla, will safeguard them for the time being.
All right. I can start getting things organized.
Do you have the capacity to further protect this place?
I can do little things here and there. It's not going to be a shield or make us invisible, but it'll help little bits here and there.
Perhaps the magical equivalent of a sprinkler system.
And you're sure you can trust this keeper, Nayla? It seemed like everyone seemed to have their hand in the pot.
If she were involved with the coup last night, she planned it poorly. The entirety of her clan was destroyed, other than her, and that was only because of my own interference. I believe I know her well enough to know that she would not want to be alone.
All right. In which case, you get some more sleep. Is that what it's called? Resting, whatever. You get to it. I'll get to work.
Stay safe.
Certainly will. I'm just going to figure out a way to bar the door, and then, well, actually, to be quite honest with you, if we're worried about a person who is able to cause a coup, to be the ones attacking us, well, then I don't think that a chair in front of the door is going to do much. I'll figure out something.
And Asher will return to his room upstairs.
As you find rest once again, I need everyone, as a new night arrives, to please make a rouse check.
Success for Asher.
Okay. Asher, you stay at the same hunger.
That's a success for me.
That's a failure.
Okay. You're currently at 3 hunger?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. You're going to 4 hunger.
Oh, no, I was at 2 hunger. Now I'm at 3 hunger.
Man, it's getting... The bite is getting there. You each awaken in your respective homes, or for Nakano, inside your taxi, which might as well be your home.
Like, when I have to sleep in my cab, I have, like, a layer of dirt that I've spread in the trunk, and I just set myself up in there. I don't know how I maintain a living as a cab driver.
You know, there's a lot of questions in the vampire world that have yet to be answered. At which point, you guys all awaken from your slumber. Asher, you wake up a little bit later than everyone else. Let's go for Talisen. You awaken. You can hear the pretty much perpetual sound of music playing in the other room. Make a wits plus awareness check.
Okay. Wits and awareness. 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. You hear people continuing to essentially get ready to party and have a good time. It's pretty much just a 24-hour party zone inside of your apartment, where people will just show up like throughout multiple parts of the day, sleep over their hangover inside your place, then drink and start partying again. You wake up, get your clothes and proper accoutrement, and arrive inside of your space. As you can see, the usual rabble are dancing, already pulling out the wine and champagne. As you can hear, multiple people. I will say, with your 3 successes, you do spot one person you hadn't encountered before. Seems to be a little bit more blandly dressed. Seems to be brown hair, short glasses, a little bit more chubby, kind of speaking to people. And as they turn towards you, they kind of very like awkward shuffle over towards you. Hello. Are you Danny?
So just before I go out, I'm gonna go to my my bathroom, and as I'm getting ready, I'm just gonna apply some makeup subtly. I'm gonna make myself look tired and run down, like I'm excessively hungover, and then I'll come out. That's right. I'm Danny in it. What's going on? What's happening? Who are you?
Hi. My name is Maurice Morgan. I'm here for the Daily Six. I'm here to do hopefully an op piece. We'd love to get some insights into who you are. Be able to do a full cover story. Just coming here to see if you'd be interested in that sort of work there.
How long is this going to take?
Oh, not that long at all. It would probably take maybe, as far as photographs go, the actual interview, let's say maybe a nice and easy 5 hours.
All right, I'll tell you what, mate. Your people speak to my people. I'm feeling a little bit flat at the moment. We'll tee something up.
Oh,
so we can.
That's totally okay. We don't want to harass you. Anyway, if you've got a moment for some quick questions, which point you hear someone ring your doorbell, as you hear a group of people beginning to flock down to the front door.
All right, hold on, mate. What was your name again?
My name's Maurice Morgan.
Maurice Morgan. All right, and what reporter for?
I'm from the Daily Six news station operating out of Toronto.
Maurice, give me a card, mate. Give me a fucking card. Hand you off to my press secretary. People will call my people and we'll figure something out. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. It's, sort of parties left and right. It's all, takes a bit out of a man.
Which point you hear the front door close, as you hear people kind of yelling and kind of... essentially, your apartment is always loud. As you see some people kind of coming up, and you can see that there appear to be 3 partiers, ladies in their evening best, coming up with what looks to be, something under their arm, kind of holding something like, "You got fan mail, Danny."
I remember last week, I can't remember whether it was Asher or Roy, who sort of said, "Is my place the most secure place?" It's like straight away the ears prick up, and I'm like, "Look, Maurice, no offense, mate, really keen for the interview, but just can you fuck off? Tonight is not the fucking night, all right? I'm feeling real under the weather, eh?"
That's all right. You seem a little down and out. That's all right.
All right, and I'll sort of whistle between my fingers. So, oi, people, just sorry to cut your night short. Wednesday night, big fucking proper party night for all you peeps in Montreal. I'm feeling real under the weather. Can we just sort of do this another time? I'm feeling proper smacked out, eh?
There's a collective like kind of like groan and kind of like, "Oh, is our Danny okay?"
Love, I'm feeling proper rotten, eh? But fear not, I'll as soon as I'm feeling better, or at least a bit recovered, eh? I'll put out the feelers again, and it'll be another party at my place, eh? I was just gonna and over that fan mail, yeah.
Please make a manipulation plus persuasion check.
What were you saying about a +1 before?
+1 for subterfuge checks that you're tired.
Oh, okay. I will take the manipulation because manipulation persuasion, right? Oh yeah. Okay, so that is 5 successes.
People begrudgingly get up to leave. As it's a variety of drunk people being like, "It's totally okay, Danny. You just take some time for yourself. You gotta be doing some self-care every once in a while, Like, I totally just..." And you're just kind of pushing them out as you're just kind of nodding, yes. With other people
and I'm just like, yeah.
As everyone collectively gets the hell out of your apartment.
I'll just, as everyone's leaving, including the groupies that sort of bought up the package, I'm gonna be sort of really keeping an eye, just like sort of observing everyone as they go past, especially Maurice Morgan. I don't know whether it's worth doing an insight check or something like that, but I'm after what Roy and Asher said last week about my place being the safest place because of all my groupies. I'm definitely keeping that in mind.
Okay, make a wits insight check.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 4 successes.
You're looking across everyone, and as the door closes, there's this look at Maurice that you have, where it's not malicious intent, but it's a little bit like the facade drops a little bit as he's outside, where once this kind of bumbling individual kind of straightens his back a little bit and begins to walk away.
Now, did I get his card?
He did not have a card.
Right, okay. I'll sort of, I'll look through my, that little hole in the door so you can look out and sort of see who it is. And then, you said his posture changed? And his posture and his gait, like the way he's walking and everything like that. I'll sort of wait until he's a couple of steps away from the door. Can I take just a quick sort of glance around the apartment to see whether anything's out of place? Not an investigation, but a glance.
Mm-hmm. Taking a glance, everything seems to be normal, as much as it is at a party.
I'll sort of crack the door open a bit and be like, "Oi, Maurice." So no, he's I'm trying to make sure that I get it before he's turned a corner. He's still sort of walking down the hall or waiting at the elevator or something. Like I don't want him to be ages away.
You see him turn around and look back over to you. Well, hello there.
All right, mate. On second thoughts, I might have a bit of time for a question or two, mate. Not a huge amount of time. As I said, I'm feeling proper rough as guts. Yeah.
If you're happy for a few questions, I'd be very happy to have a few with you, if that works.
Just a couple, mate. I don't want you to leave with nothing. I don't want to sort of give off the impression that God, what's the word? That I'm like, a bad host or ungrateful for an interview. This is really great for my career, but I'm just feeling rough, man.
Make a manipulation plus subterfuge check.
And I'll do I get the +1 on that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, boy. Oh yeah, 5 successes.
5 successes. Yes, of course. Yeah, I can. So I'll make it really quick, maybe 5 minutes, just some preliminary stuff, and then we'll be nice and chuffed and on our way.
Brilliant. Thanks, fam. So I'll sort of come in, and I'll be, still in that I've had a huge night out. I'm feeling rotten. So I'm, like, sort of shuffling the feet a little bit. I'm going. So just come on, mate, and I'll make to the kitchen, where I'll get like a hydrolyte or a Barocca or something like that, and stick it in a glass, and then I'll sort of start making a Bloody Mary, for a bit of the hair of the dog, while really trying to be on him, and just awareness is peaked.
You see Maurice pulls out a small notepad with a pen. He's like, all right, so we got a few just opening questions here. First one, so your music has been revolutionary for a long time. How old are you?
Well, mate, I'm not actually that old. I'm 31. But me dad, he was a proper rocker. Back in the 70s, he was a proper forerunner of the old punk scene.
Oh, was he?
He was. He smug bastard named me after him.
Oh, so this is like it's a generational thing.
Music runs in the family, doesn't it? So he met his untimely end, which was a bit rough. Mm-hmm. Wasn't good for the family at all. But we've got that gift, don't we? Music sort of speaks to us, and we sort of speak through our music. We want to make comments on the government, on the streets, on like personal honour. We both found we didn't see eye to eye on everything, but we both found that music is a proper gateway for the soul. So I'd definitely say that he was a big influence on me.
Well, that's very good. Okay. So generational thing.
Is he like looking away, looking like he's covering for someone, looking like he's trying to stall?
He is making notes and he is looking at you. That seems to be where his attention is brought forward. Which point just continues writing. So, in which case, Danny, you might be familiar with someone who reached out for some early information while we were running some cover things. Have you ever heard of a woman named Sophie Bianchi?
What, Sophie Bianchi? Yeah, Italian lass. She was a fan. We had a little bit of liaison, as it were, but things didn't really work out, and we parted ways. What's happened?
No, she just had a lot to say. All
right, I'm sure she did. Bloody hell, that woman! Tell you what.
Talisen, please make a dexterity check.
flat dex, or I do have some in athletics. Would that be something?
Yep, that would count. You can do Dex plus athletics.
Cool. Dex athletics. I do have actually, yeah, I do. I've got rapid reflexes.
Oh, if you have celerity, yeah, and rapid reflexes, yeah, add your celerity score to it as well.
Sick. 2, 4. This is gonna be decent dice pool, I think. 6 successes.
6 successes. Okay. As you're saying this, you look at him. As in the distance, closer to your living room, you hear ding, like a microwave timer going out. As there is an explosion, as you jump backwards, twist in the air, like just full like Matrix Neo moment, roll onto the back, 3-point land on the other side, as the flames essentially get you right up to your nose, as it's entirely engulfed Maurice, as multiple pieces of shrapnel come. One of them just glances you across the cheek, as the other ones have slammed into Maurice's body, propelling him off to the side of the room. I do need you to make a willpower roll to fight Frenzy, because this fire is very close to you and it is terrifying.
Okay. Alright. Dice serve me well. I got 3 successes. That wasn't as good as I'm used to this time.
3 successes, you still succeed. The room is... The windows in numerous spots around your apartment immediately blow outwards. This space is charred, burnt. However, because you don't have a whole bunch of books to worry about, and also safety codes, sprinklers immediately start going and very quickly douse out what flames were there. There's a lot of structural damage. The place is a bit burned to a crisp, but aside from that, you seem to be okay.
Maurice! And I'll grab him and I'll sort of pull him behind the kitchen counter. And then... So, basically, if there's anyone looking in, it'll look like I'm trying to save the guy. But, really, I'll sort of pat him down, I'll search him, and what I want to check if there's any, like, tattoos or evidence of allegiance to, like, another party, see whether he's got, like, vampire teeth or anything like that. This is well and truly searching the enemy.
You are looking through the pockets. You do not find a gun. You find the notepad. You find a wallet. And inside the wallet, there actually is a card with his identification on. His ID, but also a business card. The card reads Maurice Hammer, Private Investigator.
Alright, I will take his card. Is there any like singeing on me?
A little bit.
That's good. That's good. I'll take a quick wander around some of the rooms in sort of this primary penthouse area. Nothing is, or most things are done, or is like
everything is fine.
Okay, so it's basically the some of the more vampire-centric secure areas are sweet. It's the main sort of living area where there's the kitchen and the entertaining and everything like that that's burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I guess I want to in that case do a more in-depth search. So full investigation. I want to see if I can find where the bomb was planted, if it looks like there's, I guess, an epicenter of the explosion. I want to see if there's... And I realize most of the evidence would have been destroyed, but I'm going to look around and see if there's anything I can find.
Intelligence plus investigation.
Cool. Plus investigation. That's not great. Okay, that is... Wow. 3 successes. Was not expecting that.
Looking over the blast radius, you find some burnt paper, what looks to be wrapping, set up near your sofa, where the fan mail was set down.
I fucking knew it.
You can see that there is what looks to be numerous like tech components that have been burned away for the most part. You can see that there's an electric timer, and you can smell what smells like gas. It seems to be a very crude constructed bomb.
All right, in that case, I'm going to lock the secret areas of my apartment so that they cannot be found by mortals and outsiders. I will get on the old clamshell, get one of my burner phones, and give Asher a call.
Asher, one of your burner phones begins to ring.
It's the landline at the shop.
Oh, that's right. Yes, the landline.
No burner phones anymore, just the landline. I just hear the dial-up tone go. Yes?
Asher,
Talisen.
are you safe?
I don't know how to answer that question anymore, but for now, it appears that way, yes?
Great, because I have my entertaining area that sort of looks like a barbecue went wrong.
I avoided the same fate myself this morning. Perhaps we should go and check on Nakano.
Might I trust you go in and check on Nakano yourself? I think this might be a good time for Danny to die.
Whatever you think is best.
Well, if they think I am actually dead, then I can simply adopt another of my identities.
Oh, perhaps the Quebecois one this time. I know you've been working on the accent so hard.
Are you kidding? My Quebecois accent is fucking terrible. What is wrong with you?
No, it's so good. Everyone totally believes it when you do that.
Have you been drinking?
Not yet.
Alright. Well, I shall die. I shall be in touch with you this evening.
I believe Nakano parked close to the shop.
Certainly. Do us a favor. Can you go to an electronics store and buy some fucking burner phones? Really basic. If they've not been used, they cannot be traced. It should be good for mobile communication instead of your fucking landline.
I'll work on it.
You fucking better. Alright, I will die, and I will give you a call when I am feeling a little more lively, no?
Oh, I can't even imagine someone coming back to life. Oh, what a shock it will be. Before I go, and this does not change my opinion of Nakano, but a bomb was left on my doorstep, and while it may be one of the new players that did it, I think there's also a chance that it was Ambrosia.
See. Well, let us see. We have someone that is specialized in stealth and getting in and out of places without anybody seeing, including the kindred. So,
we'll talk in person. I had someone go to check out that house. And Asher hangs up the phone.
So I will go to the kitchen. I'll light that burner phone on fire and like crush it to make sure that it's totally fucked. There's no way that they'll be able to get records or anything like that from it. And because it's a burner, hasn't been used, I'll go in and take off the clothes that I'm wearing and burn them. Singe them to make it look like I've actually sustained damage. And then
I'll say for you, Talisen, you look at Maurice. He's kind of burned beyond recognition.
Good to know. In that case, I will grab. Can I retcon destroying my phone?
Sure.
For the moment, I'll get my phone and I'll call. What's the emergency number for Canada?
911.
Seriously?
What is it in Australia?
000.
What if you really need to call... What if you're in a rush to call the operator and you fuck it up?
It's not very difficult to fuck up 000. But I'll use the burner phone before I crush it, and I'll call 911.
You get on the other end. 911, what's your emergency?
All right, and I'll say I'll swap to an Australian accent to avoid detection. I'll be like, "Hey guys, is this the Montreal emergency line? Like, don't really know, because that's what they say in American movies. Did I get the right place?
What is your emergency?
Yeah, I saw like a big old explosion go off at the top of the real fancy hotel in the Montreal downtown.
Yes, understood. We are aware of the situation. Officers are in that direction now.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm really scared.
It's all right.
Is there? Oh God. This. I think there were people up there. I heard a scream.
Are you currently at the scene?
I'm nearby. I don't really.
What's your name, sir?
I've just got here. I don't really know what street I'm on. This whole city looks the fucking same. My name is Tomo.
Tomo?
And oh God. And I'll just hang up.
Tomo?
No, like that's the thing. Like Tomo, Jono,
Bono.
No, it's like, well, this Australian slang is basically at an O or an A on the end of it. So it's like smoko, smoking break, bottle-o, bottle shop, servo, service station, or for you guys, gas station. And then nicknames would be like Tomo, Jono.
Hey folks, it's me, Ethan. Just here to remind you that now that you've bought your book about Japan, go out and get a book about Australia. The four of us just really want you all to broaden your horizons, learn about other places. Go get a book about Australian slang.
Also, if you say shrimp on a barbie to an Aussie, they will probably backhand you. They're prawns.
And now, back to the action. Ba ba ba.
Whenever we have ad breaks, that's just going to be Ethan just going, now we're back to the action.
I would lose my shit if I got to do ad breaks. Are you kidding me? Hey, Casper Mattresses? Hit us up.
Yep.
So hold on. After that, I'll break the phone. I'll, get the body, and then I'll just get onto the roof and I'll put my jacket and stuffs on the burnt body, rip it, make it look burnt, take his wallet and any other things that are identifying as that guy, and then piss off over the rooftops and GTFO.
Which point, Nakano, you awake inside of your taxi.
I'm just in a very dark, earth-strewn trunk. And, I'll lie there for a bit, get my bearings, and then I will shove open, the back seat of the taxi and just crawl out into it. I would like to think that all the knives I picked up from Talisen's place that are, in my pockets are just, spilling out of my clothes onto the back seat as I just crawl up into the driver's seat of the car.
Ethan, you wanted to say something?
Does Asher get there fast enough to check if there's a bomb on his trunk latch or the door on the outside?
Make a dex check and see what happens.
I also don't think I don't think Asher would have sprinted over there either. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. You're moving quickly, but not sprinting. Nakano, you are in your front seat.
I guess I will drive around the block and sort of return to the front of Asher's store in a very circuitous manner so as to disguise my true intentions.
Asher watches as you approach with the car.
I lean my head out. Ah, Asher!
Nakano, you may want to sweep your vehicle. I had some explosive issues.
Look, it's just knives, okay? Don't worry about it.
So long as it's just knives. But someone set a bomb for me.
A bomb?
Indeed.
Begrudgingly, Nakano will get out of the car and look for bombs. Very begrudgingly.
Make a intelligence plus investigation check.
Christ, I gotta roll 3 fucking blood dice now. Jesus. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. Aside from a few knives that left some marks on the back seat as they were falling out of your pockets, your car is as clean as a whistle.
Cool. I will stand in front of a car and I will look at Asher and I will say, let me just get the voice right. There are no bombs here, Asher. So ha!
I didn't mean to imply that there certainly would be.
Oh, you didn't mean to imply.
I am glad that there are not. I wouldn't want anything to happen to your cab again.
Get in the fucking car.
Where are we going?
I guess we pick up Dallas. I don't... Asher. They'll know when I said this. You're sort of the idea guy of the team.
Wow, I swear I won't tell anyone. That is hugely embarrassing. Not to you so much, but to Talisen, certainly.
I guess we... Oh yeah, Talisen. I guess we go pick him up.
I just spoke to him on the phone, and he is indisposed at the moment. He's pulling a bit of a costume change, trading out his current identity for a new one. Perhaps you and I could go and scout out this house. I had an associate take a look at it during the day, and after we reconnoiter that location, we could meet up with Talisen.
What did they say about it?
I haven't heard yet.
You were essentially given a burner phone from Sebastian, or at least handed Sebastian's phone, basically.
Sebastian hands it to me, and I'm like, you know I don't use these, right?
The universe will get Asher to have a burner phone.
It's my phone. It's kind of shit, so it's kind of a burner phone anyway. But they sent me the information for the property. Through the messages, you see multiple photos. It looks like a house. It looks very quaint. Pretty nice spot. There's a fence in the backyard. Person mentions that they have not seen anyone come in or out. The lights have remained dark all day.
Any cars in the driveway?
There is 2 vehicles in the driveway. No, my apologies. 1 car in the driveway.
I share all that information with Nakano. Nakano, I have a awkward question as well.
Okay.
Would you come inside for a moment?
Okay. Give me 1 sec, and I would like to go into the car and just pick up the knives I dropped and put them back into my pockets. Okay, let's step inside.
Did you just put a bunch of loose knives into your pockets? I can hear them clattering around in there. They're just unsheathed and like loose?
Do you have like 12 sheaves?
I'm sure we could find a couple. And I lead Nakano inside.
This is fine for my purposes, Asher.
You would know best. Asher leads Nakano inside and shows him the diffused bomb. Is there anything familiar about the construction?
I will crouch down and examine it. Have I seen anything like this before or heard anything about what I'm looking at before?
Make intelligence plus crafting.
Intelligence plus crafting, okay. That's 1 success and 1 critical fail on a blood die. So is that like a messy fail?
Bestial failure. For this, not exactly. This is more just determining information. You're looking at it. It looks like an improvised pipe bomb. Arguably, anyone who has access to the internet could develop a way to do this. It seems well made, which seems to suggest that it was probably made with an experienced hand. But based on the material, like this seems more DIY as opposed to professionally done.
Whoever did this certainly knew what they were doing, but they didn't exactly have a lot of resources. You have any enemies, Asher?
My hypothesis had been your new Baroness. But if you say that they lacked access to materials, then perhaps not.
Well, Nosferatu, are not exactly known for being wealthy in supplies. Except for computers, for some reason.
Ambrosia has been the tech expert, as it were, among our elders. Well, my elders, since I've been in the city.
Yes, she's good at computers. Information gathering is not done through computers, it is done through good, honest walking around and talking and listening. That's how we did it in the older days.
That explains why you're such a gifted conversationalist, my friend. If we do not recognize the materials, and it does not seem as though any of those materials are particularly rare, so we will not be able to track down where they were sourced, what is our next recourse? Where on earth is Ryan?
You sent Ryan with Keeper Nayla.
Yes, he was meant to return the same night, though. Did he not?
Not as of the moment.
Because, as far as I remember, Ryan returning was the sign that Keeper Nayla had returned to the repository safely.
I'll say you are thinking to the instructions. It's not of cause of concern yet. He still has a little bit of time before that becomes suspicious.
Okay, so to summarize our leads, we encountered that larger gentleman, Frederick Lake, who attacked Talisen. Nothing has occurred at Lake's house, his previous domicile. No one has come or gone, as far as we know. The Ravnos appear to be innocent, but perhaps it is naive to trust that. And the Nosferatu and the Gangrel have achieved far more power than they ever did before. And Faye and Garou have been spotted on Montreal, but perhaps that is unrelated and unnecessary information at this time.
And you're sure you don't have any enemies who might have planted this bomb that you can think of, apart from the obvious ones?
No enemies that I can think of. Friends, however. I find it unlikely that it was you or Talisen. I find it unlikely that it was Keeper Nayla. It is too beneficial for her to keep me alive, especially after the deaths of the remainder of her clan. Perhaps we should start by tracking down Tyler, if he did indeed escape yesterday evening.
And how do you suppose we do that?
He's a kid. There are only so many places young people go when they're scared. It may be unwise, but perhaps we should swing by Bear You Come.
Perhaps. If he has gone there, though, it may be too late. But I will still walk to my car.
Where else might be familiar to him?
Based on his background, you do know that he studied at McGill University.
He studied at McGill, and when we first encountered him, he was on a rampage through the McGill ghetto, correct?
Well, he was evading gunfire.
Not a rampage, he was fleeing Inquisition. Yes.
But yes, that was in the McGill ghetto, yeah.
A thought has just struck me, Nakano, out of nowhere. Let's see if we can find his housing records.
I like the way you think sometimes, Asher.
If we can't find them online, you may be able to make your way into student services and find what address he had on file with them. Otherwise, we can meet up with Talisen and have him talk his way in.
I can get us in. Not to worry.
Sebastian?
Yes, of course. Hello?
Do you have, what's it called? Facebook?
Yes, I do.
Please look up. Oh, goodness. Now, what is his last name? Would I know Tyler's last name?
Is Tyler Sawatis. Sawatis.
Sawatis. Could you search Tyler Sawatis for me and see what comes up?
Of course. Oh, yes, I believe I found him. Oh, very chapping young man. The account stops being active about a year ago, but there is still some information on here.
That would make sense. Scroll down, see if there was anything ever posted about a house party, any sort of event.
He was tagged in a house party. It was on Milton.
Shall we, Nakano?
I thought you'd never ask. And I climb into Old Faithful.
And I get in the back seat of Old Faithful.
It is torn to shit from all the knives.
I think about asking to sit in the front, but I know that Nakano doesn't like that.
It's about this point that Talisen, you land on the roof of the taxi as you cause this slight to hit over top as you arrive in front of Asher's place. And very easily, just able to kind of like one hand throw yourself into the passenger seat.
Just before we go on, to anyone listening, yes, I did get changed into some, normal clothes before I left the apartment. I didn't just run out naked in the or in the tidy whities. No, so I ended up getting stuff that's a little bit more.
Hey, listen, people can have their head cannons.
If they want a naked Toreador running around, you just got to be able to grab bullets with your butt cheeks. Just
hey, that's what those points in celerity are for.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I've sort of gone into more tactical, more covert incognito clothes. Like, they still look nice, but they're far less look at me and far more he's a normal guy.
At which point, Taliesin hops in the passenger seat. Asher, you get in the back.
For the sake of canon, Asher is riding in the bitch seat right in the middle, because he wants to see out the front windshield and doesn't want a headrest in the way.
Buonasera, gentlemen. So,
Hey, what the fuck, Taliesin?
Takeshi, we've done this before.
Who is Takeshi?
Who is Takeshi?
Who's Takeshi? What, do you think all Japanese people are the same fucking person?
Damn it. You're right, I'll take that again. Nakano, we've done this before.
Yes, and I've always told you to get into the fucking back seat.
That's right, and have I ever actually gone into the back seat?
No, but I have knives now.
Firstly, they are my knives. Secondly, I am strapped with a pistol. Thirdly, I also have my trusty guitar head sword. So, you're not the only one carrying weapons here. And I just had my apartment blown up. Some of my apartment blown up. I'm going to have renovations. I'm going to need to get another false ID to buy the apartment. I could do it to blow off some steam. Please do not tempt me.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, boo-hoo. Your giant penthouse apartment was mildly blown up. Oh, I don't know how you cope, Taliesin. Good lord.
I mean, Nakano, I'm going to have to get the interior decorators in. I'm going to need to go get all the ID for my new mask. I'm going to...
play me the world's tiniest shamisen.
I mean, look, I've been alive for a couple of 100 years. This is what happens when you actually are alive for a couple of 100 years.
If you're going to get interior decorators in, perhaps you could consider redoing the rest of the apartment as well. It was a little bit garish, if I do say so.
Et tu, Asher? Look, maybe perhaps I did enjoy the high life a little. However, next ID, famous musician, whatever that I make, maybe they will have different tastes. But I will still need to have an interior decorator in to, clean up all of the ash and explosion residue around the place, alright? It is not the nicest place to be living at the moment.
Asher laughs and looks at the torn up cab seat around him.
Although, that being said, Nakano, perhaps I could suggest an interior decorator for you. You've got a very interesting feng shui in the back seat.
I'm just gonna totally silently just turn the meter on and just stare at Taliesin before I start driving.
Ah, Nakano, it's cute that you think I'll actually pay.
Talisen hears what you've missed. And Asher catches Talisen up with the current plan. I'm thinking that if Tyler is scared, he may go somewhere comfortable, somewhere familiar, and not at all related to our side of things.
See, certainly. When you are going through times of passion, anger, extreme emotion, panic, etc., you will go towards familiar, whether it is language, whether it is properties, whether it is old memories, places of comfort. So, see, your plan definitely has merit.
Well, thank goodness you approve.
I mean, I do approve. After all, I am the ideas guy, right?
Absolutely. Nakano and I were just talking about that.
Yes, definitely. You should get the, what do they call them, business cards made out to that effect, Talisen.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. No, no, my business cards are the minstrel that I am currently playing as. Although maybe I will have a new band called the Idea Guy. You never know. By the way, have you noticed any suspicious activities from your dear boss there? She did ask us to turn up at her place yesterday, or at least be in contact, destroy some Ravnos, etc. And we have not. Do you think that is why she's tried to assassinate us both?
I think it is perhaps too bold to assume that it was definitely her. I also think that if she were to do so, or were to attempt it, it would have been more successful. But the same thought did cross my mind. So we will have to check in with her as well. I had nearly forgotten.
See, she did ask us to check in. Normally I would do so myself, given the social animal that I am. However, I am supposed to be dead. The vampire, the kindred community are aware, or were aware, of my identity as Danny the Rocker. So, given the fact that Danny is now dead, should be in the papers either later this evening or tomorrow, if you could ask your attendant to corroborate that, yes. The other kindred will be assuming that I have perished. So, this will allow me to perhaps do some reconnaissance, or some take another angle, perhaps.
I had not realized you meant to hide your change of identity from the kindred as well, but it could certainly be beneficial.
So far I am dead. I have not got a new identity yet. The apartment is rented in one of my other names. Therefore, technically it cannot be sold on. All the secrets that I have there are still intact. And as it turns out, it takes a little while to get the documents for a new identity. So, for the moment I am dead, which suits the plans of the attacker, which is why I have gone less overt than I usually am.
Then you will certainly not be talking your way in. But luckily we have Nakano.
Either that, I can just drop another accent, I can perhaps cut the hair, and etc., etc.
An unnecessary risk, I think.
Yes, you should try your Quebecois accent. I hear you've been doing great work on that one.
Talisen, it truly is such a good accent.
It really is. You blend right in with that one.
Alright, I've only spent a small time in Montreal, and in the last time I was there, I was an Anglophone, okay? So, my Quebecois accent is not quite what it was. Where do you get this idea? Asher, what have you been saying?
I didn't say anything. It's just been through the grapevine of the Lost Children. They're all talking about it. Yeah, let's break into McGill.
Yeah, as we pull up to McGill, I wanna brake sharply in an effort to slam Talisen's face against the windshield.
It does not work.
Asher hits his head really hard against the middle headrest behind him.
Tyson, one thing. How long would it have been between my apartment being blown up and these guys meeting and talking and etc.?
Between you and your fleetness, probably about an hour.
Would I have been able to gone to a sort of a seedy very out of the way barber and got a quick haircut.
No.
Hey, Tyson. Tyson, my dear sweet boy, let me answer this one for you.
Okay. This isn't me being vain. This is actually in the interest of having a new identity and changing the manner and shit.
Talisen takes off his hat. Talisen, what did you give someone a razor and tell them just to go nuts? You look like a lice-ridden dog. What happened?
My God, Talisen, how much of your hair did the bomb explosion take off?
I'm just gonna assume that means a no.
He has a reverse mohawk. He just has the one skunk line down the middle to the back.
Now look, our dear listeners cannot see this, but I am extending the middle finger and presenting it to all three of you.
The funniest part for the listeners is he didn't even do it.
Oh, now it's up. Now it's up for real, everyone.
No, it was in the effort to immediately somewhat change my appearance. So if not stop for a haircut, then stick some bleach in it or something like that.
Okay, well, your choice. Are you going for a haircut or are you sticking bleach in your hair? You have the choice.
Before he answers, Tyson, what time of the evening is it right now that he's gonna go get a haircut?
It's about 10 p.m.
Yeah, no, it like I was going for one of those like, shitty, seedy, innocuous.
It's the old midnight barbershop, guys.
Yep. So, would you like bleach in your hair or would you like your hair cut?
I've got an hour. Do I?
You've got about 20 minutes.
In that case, never mind. I'll just freaking tie it up.
Coward. Do it, coward.
That hour span was you investigating everything, you destroying all of the things that you wanted to get rid of, and then jumping rooftop to rooftop to then find Asher's place. So there's about a 20-minute span that if you really wanted to find someone hiding out in an alley just with a switchblade and just...
That's why I was asking Tyson. Jesus Christ.
He did it while he was running. He stopped at a 24-hour Pharmaprix. He got some cheap hair dye and he's dyeing his hair while running to us.
Fucking hell, now I've forgotten what we're doing. Oh, we're looking for the kid, that's right.
Talisen, I'm not going to cut your hair in Nakano's cab. Why would you even ask me that?
Clearly, if you need to ask that, you do not have the relevant information on modifying your identity. So clearly, this will be lost on you.
Or the experience to cut your hair.
I mean, look, these are luscious locks. Most luscious locks.
Do vampires have to succeed on rouse checks to grow their hair?
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Can I concentrate really hard and then just poof, hairs down to my shoulders from a skinhead or something like that?
Might not operate exactly like that, but it would require something like the blush of life to get blood into you, to force blood into some capillaries to force it to grow. It's a very long process.
Yeah, here, Talisen, I will give you a haircut now, and with one hand still on the steering wheel, I will use the other hand to take out a bread knife from one of my pockets and just reach over. Yeah, just lean your head over.
Don't you fucking dare, Nakano.
Just lean your head over. It's great. I'm.
Don't you fucking dare. Not at all. I'm not letting you near my beautiful locks of hair. And I'll just pull a hairband out of my pocket and man bun it up or something like that. Tie it up into a little ponytail or something.
You see, there's a few students who are looking very confused as the car has been kind of rocking back and forth with Nakano swinging the butter knife.
Fine. Talisen, that'll be $35.
Nakano, you have no way. You do realize that I'm absolutely not paying this fare.
Asher takes out his wallet and hands half the fare to Nakano. I'm the cheap one.
Hey, next time you're in my cab, keep very good watch on your hair.
Don't touch my hair. Stay away from my fucking hair. Do you understand?
It is a fair price for the cab ride.
You're not making Asher pay for the cab. Why is it me? Keep in mind, my apartment has just blown up, and I've had to leave my ID and possessions on the corpse.
All right, hold on. I have an idea. I can settle this. Nakano, would you go and take care of why we're here while I help out Talisen? And Asher waves down some of like the university students that are like staring at the trio, and just goes, Do any of you know how to cut hair?
Don't you fucking dare. Absolutely fucking not. This is not happening. No. Fuck off. Cacazzo. Vaffanculo. And I just start swearing at him.
Talisen, settle down. Settle down. English, please. You there with the undercut, you look like you can give a pretty decent haircut.
Hello. Yeah, I can cut hair for you.
Don't you fucking dare. Absolutely not. No. This is not happening.
What was your name?
My name's Brenten. It's a pleasure to meet you. I can cut this fella's hair.
Oh, hello, Brenten. You have your undercut is sick as fuck. Could you here's a razor.
This is absolutely not happening. No end of discussion. Not at all. Do not touch my luscious locks.
Oh, sorry, Brenten. He was saying earlier that he really wanted a haircut, but I guess he's changed his mind. Thank you anyway. Have a great night.
You boys have a good evening too. I'm just gonna be off, admiring my undercut some more, as I was doing when you called me over. Goodbye.
This takes cultivation. This takes patience. I need to get a proper stylist in. I need to get conditioning. I need to make sure that the color is correct. I need to make it natural. I need to make an efficient, decent, good-looking cover ID. Okay? If it is in the grunge scene, then perhaps I will have a grungy haircut. But these locks are luscious. I'm not getting them spoiled by a shitty university student with a shitty undercut. Sorry.
Hey!
Shampoo your hair, go to a stylist, perhaps get it done a little bit more. But no, I'm not getting a street style haircut. Out of the question.
Tyson has this dead look in his eyes as he thinks about how much he's going to have to edit out of this episode.
Yeah, for the audience, I just want everyone to know that Tyson walked away from the computer during that whole last exchange, I'm assuming out of protest.
I was just getting more water. I just figured you guys were just kind of like...
The audience... I mean, Takeshi really stepped into the DM shoes there and just carried the day.
You really did, Takeshi. Good job. Had to use my real name, though. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Now in this universe, I am a dude with a shitty undercut.
You're clearly a McGill student with an undercut. All right, anyway, joke time is over. Nakano, are you going?
Nakano has already gone. He has disappeared. And I would like to, sort of stealthily. I'm not gonna employ unseen passage just yet because I think Nakano is aware of how hungry he's getting, and he doesn't want to push himself too hard unless he really has to. So he's just gonna sort of pull his hat low, adjust his big sunglasses and his scarf, pull his collar up, and just sort of pretend like he's a regular dude making his way into the building.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am an idiot. We had the house party address. Do we know that was his apartment, or was that a party he was going to?
That was one where he was tagged in it. It was mentioned that it was a housewarming party for him and a woman named Emile.
So hang on. You guys don't actually know this where this party is.
No, it's not a current. Talisen, for the evening, Nakano is the idea guy. Okay, just please. New plan. On the Facebook thing that Sebastian found, it would also say Emil's last name?
It would be Emile Descartes.
Okay, so if Nakano goes in to find her information, Talisen and I can go to the address and see if they are still there.
All right.
Alrighty. In which case, Nakano, where are you heading?
I am headed into the McGill building to find the student center, where I may access Emil's information and records.
Okay. Please make a intelligence investigation check.
All right. Not bad so far. That'll be 3 successes.
3 successes. Not bad. It takes you a little bit of time to find. However, you do find at one of the McGill buildings, slightly off campus, down one of the side streets, you do find a small building that seems to be for student records. Please make a Dex plus Stealth check.
Okay. That'll be 7. That'll be 7 successes.
Well, shit. No one pays mind to you at all. You walk up to the records building. You see the lights are off. The curtains are drawn. The shutters are drawn. You go up and there is a lock.
What sort of lock? Is it like a padlock or a regular door lock?
Regular door lock.
Is there a window nearby?
Mm-hmm. Would be around the side, yes.
Okay. I'm going to take my bread knife and I'm gonna jimmy it into, like, between the door and the door frame and see if I can, like, do the thing you do with the credit card to unlock a door, but just with a bread knife.
Okay. Make a Dex plus larceny check with a 2-die penalty.
With a what penalty?
So you have to subtract 2 of your dice from your dice pool.
Okay. I understand that. I just heard, I heard 5 penalty. And I was like, what?
No.
Okay, cool. That's all failures, bud.
You slip the blade in, and you just begin...
You can use willpower if you want.
That is true. You can spend a point of willpower to re-roll all of them if you'd like.
You know what? I'll spend a point of willpower to re-roll all of those. You guys will never fucking guess what I got. I failed them all again, baby.
Oh. So you take the bread knife, and you're slipping it in, and you're like, I think this is how this works. And essentially you're just taking, like, the slightly serrated edge of a butter knife and trying to, like, just saw it against the actual metal lock. And you hear grinding. You don't know if that's good or not.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to the window now. And I would like to slip the bread knife between the bottom of the window and the windowsill and try to jimmy it open.
Please do Dex plus larceny without a 2-die penalty this time.
Thank you. Thank you, Tyson. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. You slip the butter knife in. You feel it catch something. You push forward as the lock unhinges from its position, and it opens.
I'm going to crawl through the window and into the room.
Okay. You see that there is a relatively new computer set up on one far corner. There seems to be numerous boxes with different papers. It looks very haphazard, disorganized. You can see that there is what looks to be a series of offices to the right, but there's a main console there if you so desire.
I'm going to start by looking through sort of the files, like the physical files, and see if I can find anything about either Emil or Tyler.
Can. Going alphabetically, you do find a portfolio of Emile Descartes. You see that it's all just paperwork, application forms. It seems that she is a poli-sci major. Basic information, she was in the residence building first year. Very general like biography information, as far as that's aware. The information on Tyler you find, again, very just simple biographic information. Montrealer from the Ganawage Reserve just outside of the city. Seems to be in early form of a law degree, getting started. Aside from that, very general information. Nothing else of note here, at the very least.
Do I find any information about places of residence?
Tyler's file, you do notice, was closed at a certain point. Essentially, the information there was determined null and void. Emelle, her information still states that she lives at Milton Apartment B.
I guess I'll memorize it. I won't steal these files. I will memorize them, and I will slip back out of the window. Oh no, wait, is it on the other side of the door, on the inside of the door, is it like another key lock, or is it like a turn the knob thing?
It's a turn the knob.
I want to turn the knob and step outside the door.
Okay. You just close up. At which point, for Asher and Talisen, you approach 621 Rue Milton. It is what you can tell to be a apartment over top of a convenience store, like a corner shop dépanneur. You find the door that would seem to lead upwards.
Shall we, Talisen?
Certainly.
Yeah, would you like to take the lead, or I?
I can certainly take the lead. I mean, look, I was turned when I was sort of mid-20s, so I can pass for a university student. I'm working on an accent. It's from the New World. I don't like to use it. It's from a terrible place called America. Sort of 1,000-yard stare for a minute. No, it's fine. It's fine. I jest.
Which, out of curiosity, which part of America are you choosing?
I'm gonna go from like that. Hey, brah. So like that. It's gonna be awful.
Are you trying Californian? Is that what that is?
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
In that case, perhaps I had better take the lead while you fine tune it.
Hi, everyone listening. Leave a comment below on what accent you think Talisen should take up next.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Drop a comment. I'm more than happy to learn a new accent.
Let us know in the comments what region of people you'd like for Brenten to upset.
And this... Who can I offend next?
And Asher's going to head up the stairs.
All right, so I'll go in as well, and I'll sort of drop into Scottish. I'll try and be like an exchange student, I guess, is the role I'm going for at the moment.
I am just going to tell them I'm a adjunct professor.
All right, it's fine. Let's go.
You go up essentially what look to be similar to like fire escape steps that lead up to this very weathered looking door. It awaits before you.
Knock, knock, knock.
A moment passes before the door. At which point you can see a younger woman, probably early 20s, raven black hair down to the shoulders. It seems to have one side that is like a half undercut. Seems to go around. Just seems to be wearing very like relatively comfortable clothing. Just seen basic t-shirt. Kind of leans outwards a little bit. Hello?
Hi, sorry to bother you. Are you Emelle?
I am, yes. How can I help you? Two?
So I am a adjunct professor with the theology department here at McGill, and your, I believe, roommate, your previous roommate, Tyler, took one of my courses, and one of them included a discussion about the nature of relationships, and I just decided, I thought maybe you would want to have it. And, you know, I don't have a close connection with many students, but Tyler was rather interesting, so we talked quite often, and he told me a bit about you. I was wondering if we could come in.
Please make a manipulation plus subterfuge.
Can I assist with that? I just want to say, I'm an exchange student from Scotland. I'm taking one of his classes. I just thought I could, drop in, take some notes. Just do like a lot of. I really need to pass this subject, otherwise I'll go back home. Can I take some notes and hopefully I can, pass my finals? That would be grand. Please, I really don't want to go home. It's cold and colder and miserable, more miserable than it is here. So please, please.
How many dice penalty are you giving me for this?
Hey!
You'll it's still an assist. You'll still get a 1 die bonus, but there's a great God is hesitant. God is hesitant.
Wow, you sound so dubious, Tyson.
Man, you are.
Thanks.
You are generous. 6 successes. I got 2 crits.
Well, shit. Okay. Emel looks at you. Well, if Tyler's who you're looking for, I'm sorry, he's gone. He left a long time ago. But sure, if you want to come in, that's fine.
Could I do insight or assist Talisen on insight?
Yeah, I'll definitely do an insight. Let's see. Sorry.
Make a wits insight check.
Okay, I will assist. Yeah, I'll assist Talisen on that one. And to assist, would you mind telling me about the last time you saw Tyler?
Well, he went out for a party, and he didn't come back. That's the long and short of it.
So that one was 5 successes.
5 successes. Lying through her teeth. The moment she mentions Tyler's name, there's an immediate glance as she looks left, seemingly leading up into the apartment.
Well, I believe, I don't know if Tyler ever spoke of me. It was certainly a wild ride. We shared a taxi one time, and the driver was just friendly but very strange. Perhaps friendly is a bit of a stretch, but I certainly only ever wanted to help him.
Can I chuck ore in there as well?
Sure.
So that'll give me. So add the presence rating to any skill roll involving persuasion or performance, as well as any other charisma-related rolls at the storyteller's discretion.
So as you activate the skill, you see she sharp breath as she kind of looks towards the both of you. Well, then maybe you should come inside. I think we might have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I think I actually need to say something. Do I need to say something?
No, it's just a passive effect.
Sick.
At which point you guys travel up the steps, enter into the apartment. As you immediately walk in, pretty nice. Definitely a student apartment. It's relatively small, but there are hardwood floors. There's a joint kitchen living room. You can see that there's a simple bathroom. You can see clothes and everything is kind of scattered a bit. And what is both of your awareness scores?
2+ sense the unseen.
Mine is flat 3.
Flat 3. Okay. In which case, okay. Both of you immediately step into the room and immediately know his position. You can hear him creaking in what sounds probably the bedroom. As you hear Emil, T, it's okay. Tyler steps out from the bedroom, wearing much more familiar kind of clothes as opposed to what you saw of him at the council meeting. Seems to be wearing a t-shirt, just some simple jeans, standing there, kind of looks over towards the two of you.
Tyler, you met us a year ago along with the other kid, Ryan.
Yeah, I remember you.
You okay?
Relatively speaking.
In that case, Baron.
Don't call me that.
Can I be inciting him, by the way?
Make an insight check.
5 successes again.
5 6. Goddamn. Just for Talisen, you immediately sense. At first, it's a bit of a suspiciousness. Seeing you both enter, he's a little cautious. But when you call him Baron, then he gets a little bit pissed off. With 5 successes, you're sensing a lot of resentment. However, because it also is the two of you, it's a mixture of things. It's a very complicated series of emotions he's going through.
He's pissed at the Baron thing. He's cautious. Is there any sort of level of I guess relaxation or comfort in the fact that it's not certain vampires? Like, it's like, okay, these guys are okay, or is it still like he's got his back up, caged animal kind of thing?
It's more of a hesitancy. It's not full distrust yet, but it's not. He's definitely not going to confide everything in you as of this moment. At least based on your current impression. That could change.
All right, kid. It sounds like we'd better talk.
All right. Let's talk then.
Is your friend aware of the events that have recently transpired, by the way? Should this be a private conversation?
She's aware. As you can look behind you, you can see Emil, in one offhand has been holding what looks to be a wooden stake that's been carved from the shaft of some sort of piece of wood. She's just been kind of holding it behind her back. She kind of looked at him. Why are... We agreed they wouldn't come here. I didn't ask for them to come here.
We are especially good at showing up in places we are not wanted. Unfortunately. We don't mean either of you any harm.
There's a lot of people who say that. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt right now. Because you did help me once.
In that case, to throw the cards on the table, I will just be myself this time. Let's drop a little bit of the pretense. First things first. Are you okay? Last night was a very trying time for all of us. All of this Baron business aside, how did you manage to get out? Are you okay? Is there someone on your tail?
As far as I'm aware, no. There were some escape shafts up at the roof of the structure. It took me a few pounds to get through the metal sheeting, but I was able to get out.
Benefits of our condition,
I suppose. So, what did you come here for?
We need information. We need to know what happened last night and why. We need to know why you were raised to Baron.
And you think I had something to do with it?
No, but you were around the people who had the most to gain. And you being raised put all of them in a worse place than they were before. We need to know why it happened.
Look, start off, I didn't ask to be made Baron. I don't want to be Baron. Other thing is that I didn't ask to be turned, period.
Well, I've not told many people this, so let's keep this in confidence. But I know what it's like to be turned against your will. My sire was cruel, and she required me, firstly for her own personal amusement, and then as a soldier to protect herself in the French Revolution. So, I understand what you're going through. I understand what it's like to finally have a new mindset, a new way of being, against your will. I am sorry that this has happened to you. Now, we are here. We do not want our kin to be assassinated. We want to make sure that at least some element of the status quo is returned. We want to make sure that we are safe, that you are safe, and we want to get to the bottom of this mess. Anything that you tell us will be greatly appreciated, and we will do everything that we can to make sure that you are and your companion, with an actual sympathetic nod to Emil, are looked after. At the end of this, whatever happens, there will be a change in the order of things, and you are young in our world. However, you also have the lineage of your sire, it may be that you need to step up into a position of power. You can hopefully change the opinion into things that may be a little bit more right. However, if that is not the case, then we can also do this for you. But first things first, we need to make sure this chaos comes to an end. Anything that you tell us will help that chaos come to an end.
Please make a charisma plus persuasion check with a +1 die. No, sorry, +2 die.
Can I chuck ore in there as well? Actually, no, I won't. I won't chuck ore in there. So that's 6 successes.
Looks at you both. I know of a few things. Last year when we had that Inquisition incident, a lot of you helping me escape, Mr. Marsh had me accompany him to deal with them, the last stragglers. We found their base of operations, and put bluntly, we killed them all. But one did get away. Based on the notes, her name was Alexandra Capaldi. Brown hair, green eyes, very kind looking but stern, at least from what I could tell based on the images. We're not entirely sure where she went, but I know for a fact that the information we had been able to gather about her, she was pissed. She was actually the one, I believe one of you was mocking over the headset thing.
Was that you or was that me?
I believe that would have been me.
See, usually that sounds like something I would do. However, well done.
I also know that I've seen those guns before. They were the ones that we collected from when we assaulted the Inquisition. They had a stockpile. I was then essentially issued a thing to look forward into, essentially where the development, where all that information is coming from. And ultimately it went cold, but we were able to determine the distributor. It's a company known as Prism. It's relatively new in town. It's a mass distributor competition for things like Amazon and that sort of thing. We know that the distributor was through them. It's also one of the big companies that the mayor has been preaching it. It's supposed to be a big increase for our economy, for the workforce, I guess. Last bit is the weird stuff going around Point St. Charles, LaSalle, Verdun. I was one of the people sent to investigate. It's a weird spot. I can't say for certain what exactly it means, but it was uncomfortable being around there. It was like a presence.
Emel?
Yes? Emel looks to you.
Could you open the fire escape window? I think the last of our number is coming to join us.
At which point she goes to a window, at which point just a flurry of shadow just enters in through the window as Nakano has been able to race his way over here from the records.
I stop, and the force of my momentum causes all the knives in my pockets to fall out onto the floor.
Ding 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 ding.
Nakano, these were nice hardwood floors.
Tyler, good to see you again.
Nakano?
I assume you are Emil?
Yes. You just see Emil is just staring at you horrified.
Does she... How much does she know?
She's aware.
Okay. And I will take off my hat and sunglasses and scarf, and my full Nosferatu face is revealed.
Emil is just looking down and saying, I apologize for staring. That was rude.
It happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
If we found you, others will be able to find you as well. And unless this girl is a ghoul, the next time she tries to stake one of our kind, they will likely rip her in half. It is dangerous for you to be in contact with her without giving her any additional protection.
Make a manipulation persuasion, or charm persuasion, one or the other.
Instead of the persuasion roll, can I do some kind of occult roll to see if she has any capacity for magic?
Sure. Make a intelligence occult.
4 successes.
4 successes. You don't notice anything right off the hop that would suggest she has any kind of innate magical practicing about her. However, with that being the case, magicians across the city and across the world, there's nothing innate about them. It's just that they know the rituals, are dedicated, and are intelligent enough to understand these things. So, mythological creature? No. Magician? I mean, anyone has the possibility. As of the moment, she seems like a everyday mortal.
I would recommend either sharing some of your gifts with her without the embrace, or there are other mortals other than the Inquisition that know how to protect themselves. I could possibly set her up to train with them.
Kind of looks at you, looks at Emil. Emil is just kind of standing back in the corner, just staring at everyone just very suspiciously. Would you be able to... Well, I suppose there's no safe, being what we are. We'll leave, and I'll find a way to contact you.
I'm told that my phone number is on something called Google Maps.
Why would your phone number be on a map?
I'm aware of your phone number, Asher. Everyone pretty much in the community knows that about that one weirdo with the landline phone. Just consider it friends in great places.
Perfect. Perhaps I misunderstood what you said earlier, Tyler. Were you implying that the weapons used at the coup were the same exact weapons that you and Marsh had confiscated, or of the same design?
I can't say for certain, but definitely the same design.
Very well. Don't use any cards. Don't post anything. Perhaps it is best if Amel registers a family death or something of the sort with the school, so that those following her via McGill, as we did, are not led back to you.
We'll figure it out. And look after yourselves too. Seems like you're going out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Asher takes a deep breath, thinking back to his premonition, and just looks at the 4 of them, Tyler, Emil, Talisen, Nakano, and just says, "You have no idea."
And as you say this out loud, that is where we'll end for this session. Thank you, everyone, for listening along with us. Congratulations, you gained the ally of Tyler Sawatis.
Ally in quotations.
Oh, we didn't gain the ally of Emil. She still hates us.
I mean, you'll have to see.
Well, yeah, because 3 vampire assholes showed up at her apartment looking for her boyfriend.
Let's get to the important stuff. What do you guys have to plug this week? I can start this week. I would like to plug the President's Choice chocolate peanut butter ice cream. It is real good.
So, wait, Ethan, you wanted to be the ad guy. Can you give us what your President's Choice ad would be?
Step into the summer with President's Choice. Are you sick of all the yuzu lemon advertising that President's Choice and its other brands are really shoving down your throat? Take kind of a sidestep, but stay within the brand you know and love by going with chocolate peanut butter. How's that?
That was very good.
Talk. What do you have to plug?
I will plug October Jones and Fish with Legs, the hottest new Canadian fiction podcast about a girl and a fish out in a magical world trying to fight a 2-headed snake. Listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and probably another service that I am totally forgetting.
Alrighty. Well, in which case, happy Pride Month, everyone. I hope you're doing well and keeping safe and enjoying yourself and having a gay old time. Thank you very much for listening. We'll catch you next time.